What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. From where I sit, episode 4, we're ready to roll, and this one's not going to be a popular one. From where I sit on player salaries. Professional sports in North America, and around the world really, comes with many perks. Reverence, social standing, passion, and admiration from millions of fans, as well as quite a bit of financial security while actively playing. Average per-season player salaries in the 4 major North American sports leagues, the NHL, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA, looked something like this in 2011. The average NBA player earned $5.15 million. The average Major League Baseball player earned just over $3.3 million. The average NHLer earned $2.4 million. And the average NFLer earned $1.9 million. Remember, of course, that these are averages of all players, highly paid and league minimum paid. In 2013, 20 players in Major League Baseball earned in excess of $20 million. And historically, 15 players in the history of Major League Baseball have earned in excess of $150 million just in player salary on their careers, some in as few as 12 years. And as even league minimums will attest, $500,000 in Major League Baseball, $547,500 in the NHL, between $420,000 and $955,000 in the NFL, and between $500,000 and $1.5 million in the NBA. No full-time professional athlete in any of those leagues is struggling financially. Remember, those last 4 numbers were league minimums, folks. In the United States and Canada alone, 2010 estimates indicated that 15.1% and 9.4% of citizens respectively in those countries lived below that country's established poverty threshold. The 2013 poverty threshold in the United States sits at $11,490 per annum for a single individual and $23,550 per annum for a family of up to 4. To put these numbers into perspective, the average NFLer's 2011 salary, which we mentioned, $1.9 million, would mean that per game, not per season, per game, the average NFLer would have crossed the United States poverty threshold for a family of 4 5 times over. And a player today making the absolute league minimum in the NFL of $420,000 would cross that same threshold having only played one 60-minute game. Now, it is not my intention in this video to deride an athlete for earning as much money as he or she possibly can, nor am I advocating for some kind of redistribution of an athlete's wealth. I fully understand that sports are crowd-funded ventures, and what I mean by that is athletes earn the money they earn because we as fans are willing to pay money, in some cases a lot of it, to watch them compete. We do so for a plethora of reasons, none of which often translate to watching a cashier ring through customers, a barista sling drinks, or even a dentist or a doctor perform surgery. Athletes earn money comparative to what we, the audience, the fans of the sport, are willing to invest in seeing them compete. That's how it works. Here I speak only as myself, as an individual who does technically live below a poverty line, someone who is part of that 9.4% of Canadians, someone who does depend on family for 4 walls and a meal, someone who not only knows what it's like to live without the things that other people can afford, but is reminded of that fact in daily life. From where I sit, I would never, as an individual, accept more than $1 million a year to play a sport for a living. Knowing not only the number of people who would kill to be in my position, but also being aware of the much greater number of people who cannot afford to have enough without the charity of others. How many athletes have we heard of, even in recent memory, who have gone completely broke just a few years outside of their playing careers due to their inability to stop living that lavish lifestyle that no one needs? Even in the unlikeliest of scenarios where I could rise through raw talent and ability to be considered the best at my given sport. The Sidney Crosbys, the Albert Pujolses, the Peyton Mannings, and the LeBron Jameses of the world. I still would refuse to clear the kind of money that those men clear. And again, this is not attempting to deride those individuals for earning the money that they earn and making the choices that they make in terms of the contracts that they sign. That is entirely their own money. I don't want to touch that because it's not my place. I fully support the few athletes in major professional sports who do advocate for taking less than market value contracts. And while their reasoning is their own for such opinions, my personal reasoning is clear. Not while children go without would I earn millions upon millions of dollars to play a game for a living. I'm Bridgewater's finest, and that's where I sit on player salaries.